Ho story lovers, and welcome to our magical corner of YouTube. Today, we're journeying into a world bursting with color and sparkle. Are you ready? Let's begin. Deep in the heart of a hidden valley, where the sun always seemed to shine a little brighter, lay the shimmering meadow. It wasn't just any meadow. Here, the flowers bloomed in every color of the rainbow, their petals soft as velvet and glistening with morning dew. And in this enchanted place lived a very special little bee named Sunny. Sunny wasn't like the other bees. While her friends were fuzzy and striped in black and yellow, Sunny was coated in pure, brilliant gold. When she flew, her tiny, delicate wings didn't just buzz. They shimmered, catching the light and leaving a trail of golden sparkles that danced in the air like tiny stars. Every beat of her wings was a little burst of magic. Her days were filled with joyful adventures. She would zoom from one giant flower to the next, her little legs tickling the velvety petals of a crimson rose before diving into the sweet heart of a sky blue bellflower. She wasn't just collecting nectar. She was painting the air with light. Whee! She would giggle, doing a loop-the-loop around a tall, proud sunflower, her laughter like the chime of tiny bells. The other creatures of the meadow loved to watch her. Fireflies would pause their fluttering dance, and ladybugs would stop their slow crawl just to see Sunny's sparkling spectacle. One bright morning, as Sunny was tasting the sweet nectar from a particularly plump purple clover, she overheard a whisper on the breeze. It was the worried rustle of the flowers and the anxious chirping of the crickets. A heavy, gray cloud was slowly creeping over the distant mountains, casting a long, gloomy shadow that threatened to swallow the light of their beautiful valley. The flowers began to droop, their vibrant colors fading slightly in the growing dimness. The cheerful hum of the meadow grew quiet, replaced by a nervous hush. Sunny felt a little knot of worry in her tiny but she loved her home, and the thought of it being plunged into darkness made her golden wings tremble. She looked up at the approaching cloud, a giant gray blanket that seemed determined to steal all the joy and warmth from their world. The sparkles she left behind seemed to fizzle out faster in the dimming light. But then, a thought sparked within her, as bright as her own golden glow. Vitiv! She buzzed to herself. My light is strong enough to push the darkness away. With newfound determination, Sunny took a deep breath. She wasn't just going to fly. She was going to shine. She soared higher than she ever had before, a tiny golden comet against the darkening sky. She flew towards the edge of the shadow, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and courage. I have to try, she whispered. She began to fly in wide, sweeping circles, pouring all her energy, all her hope, and all her light into every single beat of her wings. The trail of sparkles she left behind grew brighter and more brilliant than ever before. It wasn't just a faint shimmer now, weird. It was a dazzling ribbon of pure golden light, weaving a protective tapestry in the air. The other bees, seeing her bravery, started to buzz with encouragement. Soon, a few brave fireflies, awakened by the commotion, joined her, their soft green and yellow lights blinking in support. Together, they created a small but defiant constellation of hope against the encroaching gloom. The flowers below seemed to lift their heads. Imagine a world just like ours, but with a touch of shimmer and a sprinkle of wonder. In a sun-drenched meadow, where the grass was a sea of green and the air hummed with life, lived a very special bee. Her name was Sunny. Now, Sunny wasn't just any bee. She was a golden bee, with wings that shimmered like captured starlight and eyes as green as the freshest emeralds, while other bees buzzed about their important business, collecting nectar and pollen. Sunny was a dreamer. She loved to dance on the breeze and watch the world unfold from above. Her heart was full of curiosity, and every day was a new adventure waiting to happen. One bright morning, as the dew still kissed the petals of the flowers, Sunny spotted the most perfect daisy she had ever seen. It stood tall and proud, its petals as white as freshly fallen snow, with a heart of pure, sunny yellow. It seemed to be calling to her, a beacon of simple beauty in the vast green meadow. Sunny felt an irresistible pull, a gentle nudge from her adventurous spirit. That one, she buzzed to herself, her little heart thumping with excitement. She circled it once, twice, admiring its perfection from every angle. It was flawless. With a happy hum, she decided it was time for a closer look. She gently descended, her tiny, shimmering wings beating a soft rhythm against the morning air. Her delicate, golden feet, no bigger than a grain of sand, prepared to make contact. She aimed for a single, pristine white petal, ready to feel its soft, velvety texture beneath her. The moment her feet touched down, something extraordinary happened. A soft, warm light began to pulse from the point of contact, spreading like ripples on a pond. The snow-white petal beneath her feet started to transform, its color shifting from pure white to a brilliant, shining gold. The change flowed outwards, petal by petal, a wave of liquid sunlight washing over the flower. Sunny watched, frozen in place, as the entire daisy turned into solid, gleaming gold. She lifted one foot, then the other, her emerald eyes wide with astonishment. The golden daisy was cool and smooth beneath her, no longer a soft flower, but a precious treasure. It glittered in the sun, reflecting the light in 1,000 dazzling directions. Sunny tilted her small head, a mix of wonder and confusion buzzing in her tiny brain. What just happened? She had touched flowers 1,000,000 times before, but nothing like this had ever occurred. As she tried to make sense of it all, she noticed her own wings were glowing brighter than ever before, the shimmer intensifying into a radiant aura. It was as if the magic that had transformed the daisy was now flowing through her, a part of her very being. This wasn't just an accident, it was a revelation. Sunny, the cheerful golden bee, had a gift. Midas touch. But for the world of flowers. Look closely now. Can you see it? Right there, against the backdrop of the sun-drenched meadow, a tiny beacon of light flits and floats. That's our little friend, Sunny. She's not just any bee. Her body is covered in the softest, most radiant golden fuzz you've ever seen, like she was spun from a sunbeam herself. As she flies, her wings don't just buzz. They hum a gentle, melodic tune. A soft song that seems to make the very air around her shimmer with warmth and life. She moves with a purpose, a graceful dance through the air, drawn by an invisible thread towards something truly special. And there it is, the source of her fascination. It's not just a flower. It's a marvel of nature. A golden blossom that seems to drink in the sunlight and reflect it back 1,000 times over. Each petal is a perfect curve of spun gold, glowing with an inner luminescence that calls to Sunny like a long-lost friend. The flower stands tall and proud amidst a sea of ordinary blooms, a queen in her court of green. As Sunny draws nearer, you can almost feel the air grow thick with anticipation. A silent energy crackling between the bee and the blossom. It's a magnetic pull, a connection that goes beyond simple instinct. This is a meeting destined to happen. Hovering now, her tiny, powerful wings beat a steady rhythm, keeping her perfectly still in the air. The light catches her, and for a moment, Sunny herself looks like a living jewel, suspended in the golden afternoon. She circles the flower, once, twice, a dance of reverence and curiosity. The flower seems to respond, its petals unfurling just a little wider, as if in welcome. It's a silent conversation, a language understood only by the sun, the flower, and the little golden bee. She's so close now that she can feel the warmth radiating from the petals. Gen 2, heat that promises something wonderful is about to happen. Her soft hum deepens, a note of pure, unadulterated joy. And then it begins. From the very heart of the golden flower, a single perfect drop begins to form. But it's not the usual color of nectar. This liquid is a brilliant, breathtaking emerald green. It gathers slowly, swelling with an inner light, catching the sun's rays and fracturing them into 100 tiny rainbows. It's more than just nectar. It's a liquid jewel, a tear of the earth, holding all the magic of the meadow within its perfect spherical form. The drop quivers, suspended for a heart-stopping moment at the edge of a petal. A tiny world of wonder waiting to be discovered. It glows with an intensity that seems to pulse in time with Sunny's own heartbeat. With the utmost gentleness, Sunny extends her tiny proboscis and touches the emerald drop. The moment of contact is electric. She takes a delicate taste, a sip of pure magic. An explosion of flavor and feeling rushes through her. It's not just sweet. It tastes like the first ray of dawn, like the sound of a babbling brook, like the scent of rain on dry earth all rolled into one. It's the very essence of life, concentrated into a single, sparkling drop. A warmth spreads from the center of her being, a comforting, invigorating energy that makes every single one of her golden hairs stand on end with delight. Instantly, something changes within Sunny. Her already bright eyes begin to sparkle with an even greater intensity, transforming into two tiny, glittering jewels. They reflect the green of the nectar, the gold of the flower, and the blue of the sky, swirling with newfound light and wonder. It feels as if a door has been opened in her heart, flooding it with a powerful, joyous magic. The world around her seems brighter, the colors more vivid, the sounds clearer. The gentle hum of her wings takes on a new, more resonant harmony, a song of pure enchantment. She is no longer just a bee in a meadow. She is a guardian of its magic, a keeper of its secrets, forever changed by a single taste of the emerald drop. Let's find our dear friend, Sunny, the radiant golden bee, who's tiny. Powerful wings glisten like morning dew under the first light of dawn. Nahadama Meadow, alive with the hum of 1,000 tiny lives, Sunny hovers gracefully over a patch of vibrant clover. She isn't just searching for nectar today, she's listening. Her delicate antennae, like fine golden threads, twitch and turn. Not just feeling the gentle currents of the air, but truly listening to them. For in this meadow, the wind is more than just a breeze. It's a storyteller, a messenger, a keeper of ancient secrets. Today, the wind has a special message just for Sunny. It begins as a soft murmur, a sigh through the tall blades of grass, almost lost in the symphony of the meadow. But Sunny, with her unique connection to the world around her, catches the sound. Exa voice, ancient and wise, carried on the air. It speaks, not in words, but in feelings, in images, in a deep, resonant hum that vibrates right through her. The wind whispers of her gift. It tells her that the golden light she carries within her, the warmth she shares with every flower she touches, is more than just a simple talent. It's a key that doesn't unlock a treasure chest or a secret garden, but something far more wondrous. Her antennae twitch, faster now, deciphering the ethereal message. The voice of the wind tells her that her gift, this pure, radiant energy, has the power to open doors. Doors to another world. What world? Sunny wonders, her tiny bee heart thumping with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The wind responds with a swirl of pollen and petals, painting pictures in the air for her mind's eye. It shows her glimpses of a place bathed in a light she's never seen, a realm where colors sing and the very air shimmers with possibility, a world parallel to her own, hidden just beyond a veil that only she can part. As the full weight of this revelation settles upon her, Sunny's brilliant emerald eyes widen with pure, unadulterated awe. Her entire world, which she thought she knew so well the feel of a petal. The taste of sweet nectar, the warmth of the sun suddenly expands into an infinite universe of possibilities. She is not just a bee, a worker in the great hive. She is a gatekeeper, a bridge between realities. The wind's whisper wasn't just a secret. Spurs, it was a calling. A destiny. Frets. For a long moment, Sunny remains perfectly still, suspended in the air as if frozen in time. The buzzing of her wings softens to a near-silent hum. The meadow around her seems to hold its breath, waiting. The secret is out. Her purpose has been revealed. The question now is, what will she do with this incredible world-altering knowledge? The path forward is unknown, filled with both wonder and potential peril. But as she looks towards the horizon, a new determination shines in her emerald eyes. The adventure is just beginning. Look at Sunny go! Her little wings are just a blur as she zips from one flower to the next. A tiny golden comet against a canvas of vibrant greens and brilliant floral hues. It's like a dance, a beautiful, energetic ballet performed in the heart of the meadow. With every blossom she graces, she doesn't just gather nectar. She leaves a piece of her magic behind. Can you see it? A delicate, shimmering trail of gold dust, like she's painting the air with sunlight itself. It's mesmerizing to watch as her path weaves a tapestry of light through the garden. One after another, the flowers begin to respond to her touch. First, it's a faint pulse, a soft, warm light from within the petals. But as Sunny continues her spirited flight, the glow intensifies. 2. As if she's awakening a hidden power within each bloom, sharing her own radiant energy. The soft pink of the roses, the deep violet of the irises, the cheerful yellow of the daisies, they all start to hum with a shared golden luminescence. The entire meadow is beginning to throb with this incredible, gentle light. The air grows warmer, filled with the sweet, amplified fragrance of 1,000 flowers and a feeling of pure, unadulterated joy. It feels like we're on the brink of something truly extraordinary. And then, it happens. The light from the flowers converges, reaching a brilliant crescendo. The individual trails of gold Sunny left behind begin to connect, weaving together into a single, breathtaking pattern. The air starts to shimmer and shift, and right in the center of the most radiant cluster of blossoms, the petals begin to move. They aren't just swaying in the breeze anymore. They're swirling, spiraling, dancing together in a whirlwind of color and light. Pinks, purples, yellows and whites all blend into a magnificent, flowing vortex. A portal. A portal made of pure floral magic is forming right before our eyes. It's a swirling gateway of light and petals, humming with a gentle, inviting energy. The sound is like a soft chorus of chimes, mixed with the rustle of a million leaves. A spectacle of nature's own design, powered by the tireless journey of one tiny, golden bee. Sunny hovers for a moment, her own golden fur gleaming, reflecting the light of the portal she has created. You can almost feel her excitement. Her tiny wings, which have worked so hard, now flutter with a different kind of energy, one of awe and anticipation. She gazes into the glowing, spinning spiral, a doorway to a place we can only imagine. What lies beyond this beautiful, fragrant gate? What new adventure is waiting for our brave little friend? She has worked so hard, following her instincts and spreading her light. And now, a new path has opened up for her. A testament to the idea that even the smallest among us can create something grand and magical. Sunny takes a deep, courageous breath, the scent of 1,000 flowers filling her senses. The portal beckons, a swirling promise of wonder. With a determined buzz and a final, joyful little loop in the air, she steadies herself. What will she do? The moment of truth is here. She dives in. When, without a moment's hesitation, Sunny plunges straight into the heart of the swirling vortex of petals. For an instant, her golden form is silhouetted against the brilliant light before she is completely enveloped by the whirlwind of color. The portal pulses with a final bright flash, and then, as quickly as it appeared, it begins to soften. The swirling petals gently slow, detaching from the vortex and drifting gracefully back to their flowers, which now glow with a soft, contented afterglow. The meadow returns to its peaceful state, yet it feels different, charged with the memory of the magic that just unfolded. Where has Sunny gone? What incredible world did she fly into? The moment had arrived. All eyes, big and small, were fixed on Sunny. A hush fell over the whispering meadow, the air thick with anticipation. Sunny, our brave little golden bee, hovered at the edge of the unknown. Her sparkling emerald eyes, usually so full of mischief and laughter, now held a deep, unwavering resolve. She looked back one last time at her friends, a silent promise passing between them. Then she turned to face the swirling, shimmering vortex of light that pulsed before her. It hummed with an ancient, powerful energy, a gateway to a world beyond imagination. She took a deep, steadying breath, drawing in the sweet scent of clover and wildflowers from her home. As a breath filled with memories of sun-drenched afternoons, of chasing dewdrops on spiderwebs, and of the comforting buzz of her hive. This breath was her anchor, her connection to everything she loved and everything she was fighting to protect. You could almost feel the courage swelling within her tiny chest, a force more powerful than any fear. A heart, a tiny drum, beat a steady rhythm of hope, of determination, of pure, unyielding bravery. And then it began. Her delicate wings, usually a blur of motion, started to beat in a new way. It wasn't the frantic buzz of a busy worker bee or the lazy hum of a leisurely flight. This was different. This was music, too. Each beat was a clear, resonant note, creating a melody that seemed to harmonize with the very pulse of the glowing portal. The rhythm was hypnotic, a powerful song of courage that echoed through the meadow. It was as if she was weaving a symphony of bravery with every flutter. A tune that spoke of her journey and her unshakable spirit. As the music from her wings swelled, something magical happened. Her golden fur, always bright, began to glow with an inner light. It intensified with every beat, growing brighter and brighter until she shone like a miniature sun. It wasn't just a reflection. It was a pure, radiant energy emanating from her very being. She was no longer just a bee. She was a beacon of hope, a tiny star against the mysterious backdrop of the portal. The light was warm and comforting, pushing back the shadows of doubt and illuminating the path forward. With a final, powerful beat of her wings that resonated like a triumphant chord, Sunny launched herself forward. She didn't hesitate. She didn't look back. With the courage of a lion and the grace of a hummingbird, she flew straight into the heart of the glowing portal. The air crackled with energy as she passed through the shimmering veil, her radiant form a streak of pure gold against the swirling colors. The moment she entered, the world seemed to hold its breath, waiting to see what lay on the other side. She left behind more than just the memory of her bravery. In her wake, a trail of shimmering golden dust lingered in the air, sparkling like 1,000 tiny diamonds. It wasn't ordinary pollen. It was a manifestation of her courage, her hope, and her pure heart. The dust drifted gently down, settling on the flowers and blades of grass, a golden promise that she would return. It was a beautiful, glittering signature left upon her home, a reminder to all that even the smallest creature can possess the greatest courage. And so, the legend of Sunny, the golden bee who dared to leap into the unknown, began. When the blinding light finally begins to soften, the world comes back into focus. And there, floating gently in the air, is our little golden bee. She's more radiant than ever, almost glowing like a tiny living sun. Slowly, cautiously, she opens her eyes. Bee. But they are no longer the simple black eyes of a bee. Now, they are a brilliant, sparkling emerald green, deep and full of a new kind of wisdom. She blinks, taking in her new surroundings. This is not the forest she knows. She has found herself in a truly magical land. Above her, the sky isn't blue, but a soft, luminous shade of emerald, matching her own eyes, stretches out like a vast, glowing canopy, pulsing with a gentle, calming light. Soft, warm winds hum around her, whispering ancient secrets and melodies that seem to vibrate right through her tiny body. The air smells sweet, like blooming night flowers and fresh rain. Her wings, once just for flying, now shimmer with an iridescent sheen. Cats, catching the green light and scattering it into 1,000 tiny rainbows. With a tentative push, she begins to move, slowly circling in the gentle air. Her movements are no longer the quick, darting flight of a normal bee. Now, they are graceful, almost like a dance. She glides through the air, a golden spark against the vast green heavens, her heart filled with a profound sense of wonder and awe. Where is this place? The emerald sky, as it seems to be, is unlike anything she could have ever imagined. The gentle hum of the wind feels like a welcome, a greeting from the land itself. She feels a strange sense of belonging, as if some part of her has been here before, or was always meant to arrive. Every gust of wind feels like a soft caress. Every pulse of light in the sky feels like a heartbeat. As she drifts, she looks down. Below, the landscape is just as enchanting. Crystalline rivers flow with liquid light, and trees with silver leaves sway in the humming breeze. The flowers are not ordinary flowers. They glow from within, in shades of sapphire, ruby, and amethyst. It's a world painted with jewels. She feels a pull, a gentle tug towards the heart of this glowing land. Hey everyone, and welcome back to our enchanted forest. Today, we're journeying to a place whispered about only in the oldest legends, a place where music grows on trees. Our destination is the Crystal Blossom Grove, and we're following our tiny, shimmering guide, Sunny Bee. Just look at her. Sunny Bee, with her fur like spun gold, hovers for a moment, her wings a blur of silent energy. The air around us is different here. It's still, almost reverent, humming with a power that feels ancient and pure. The sunlight filters through the canopy above, but it doesn't just illuminate the grove. It seems to get caught, fractured into a million rainbows by what's ahead. And there they are. The crystal blossoms. Imagine an entire grove of trees, but instead of leaves and ordinary flowers, every branch is heavy with blossoms crafted from pure, clear crystal. They're not just shaped like flowers. They are flowers, but made of glass-like light. Each petal is a perfectly cut facet, catching the sun and throwing it back in dazzling, dancing patterns across the forest floor. It's like standing inside a kaleidoscope. Sunny Bee, her golden body glowing softly in the refracted light, finally chooses a branch. It's laden with these magnificent, impossible flowers. She lands with a delicacy that defies belief, her tiny form almost weightless on a crystal stem. As she settles, we get a closer look. Through the transparent petals, you can see her reflection, a miniature sun with emerald eyes, sparkling 1,000 times over. It's a breathtaking sight, a tiny, living jewel resting upon a natural crystal. The real magic, however, is yet to come. The air is silent, holding its breath. Sunny Bee extends one of her little golden feet, a hesitant, curious gesture. She gently, also gently, touches a single, perfect crystal petal. And then it happens. A sound, a single perfect note, rings out. It's not like a bell, not like any instrument you've ever heard. It's clearer than a mountain spring, sweeter than a lullaby. The note hangs in the air, pure and resonant, a sound you can almost see. The blossom itself seems to vibrate, a soft, internal light pulsing in time with the music it has created. Sunny Bee, seemingly delighted, lifts her foot and touches another petal on the same flower. A different note joins the first, a perfect harmony that seems to weave itself into the very fabric of the grove. It's a chord of pure joy. Shibikasan Move, a tiny conductor in this orchestra of light and sound. She dances from one blossom to the next, her golden feet tapping out a melody. Each touch, each step, coaxes a new note from the crystal branches. A low, resonant tone from a large, bell-shaped blossom. A series of high, tinkling notes from a cluster of smaller buds. The grove is filled with a symphony, a spontaneous and beautiful song played by our little bee. It's a song of the forest, a song of life and light, and it's being composed right before our eyes. The music washes over you, a feeling of absolute peace and wonder. It feels like the grove is singing its happiness, and Sunny Bee is its chosen vocalist. Look, how the light dances in time with the music. As the notes rise and fall, the rainbows on the ground seem to swirl and pulse, creating a visual symphony to match the audible one. This isn't just a place. It's an experience, a living, breathing work of art. Sunny Bee continues her dance. Her golden fur a beacon in this world of crystal and sound, a reminder that even the smallest of creatures can unlock the greatest of wonders. We'll just stay here for a while and listen to the song of the crystal blossoms. The darkness of the hollow began to shimmer, not with the cold light of the moon, but with something warmer, something alive. Our glowing bee, a tiny lantern of courage, hovered in the heart of it all. Her wings, buzzing a soft, rhythmic hum, stirred the air, which now danced with tiny, ethereal lights. They were spirits, thousands of them, each shaped like a miniature bee, of pure, shimmering energy. They swirled around her, a galaxy of tiny stars drawn to her magnificent glow. They didn't speak in words, but in a chorus of harmonious chimes that resonated directly in her heart. They admired the soft, golden fur that covered her body. Words seemed to drink in their light and radiated back tenfold. They gazed in awe at her emerald eyes, two brilliant gems that held the wisdom of ancient forests and the promise of new blooms. In their silent, chiming language, a name echoed through the cavern, a name of reverence and hope. The Golden One. For generations, they had waited. These were the keepers of the meadow's life force, the tiny guardians of every petal and leaf. Their own light had begun to fade with the coming of the long shadows, their energy dwindling like the last embers of a fire. They were waiting for a hero, a beacon to rekindle their collective spirit. And here she was. The Golden One, their long-awaited visitor. Her arrival was not just a visit. It was the fulfillment of a prophecy whispered on the wind and written in the patterns of the stars. She wasn't just a bee with a peculiar glow. She was the embodiment of the sun's warmth, the essence of life's unyielding strength. One of the spirits, brighter than the rest, darted forward. It traced a pattern in the air before her. A glowing symbol of a blooming flower. It was an offering, a gesture of gratitude and allegiance. The glowing bee felt a surge of warmth spread through her, a sense of purpose she had never known. She wasn't just lost in a dark hollow. She had found her destiny. She had come to a place that needed her light, a place where she wasn't just different, but divine. The spirits began to share their energy with her, their tiny lights flowing towards her in gentle streams. Her own golden aura intensified, pulsing with a brilliant, life-affirming rhythm that pushed back the deepest shadows in the hollow. The air filled with the sweet scent of honey and wildflowers, a fragrance that hadn't graced this place in a very long time. Chet. They danced around her, a joyous, swirling ballet of light. They showed her visions of the past, of sprawling meadows vibrant with color, of a world teeming with life under a brilliant sun. And then they showed her visions of the future, a future she was now a part of, a future she could help create. A future where their combined light would banish the shadows for good and restore the balance of their world. The little glowing bee, the golden one, understood. Her journey had led her here for a reason. Among these friendly spirits, she was not just a visitor. She was their queen, their savior, their hope. And together, they would bring back the dawn. Gentle, wondrous music begins, swelling slightly with emotion, and there she was. Our little hero, Sunny. But she wasn't so little anymore, was she? Bathed in the warm, life-giving light that now graced the land she had saved, she seemed to have absorbed the very essence of its gratitude. Her body, once a simple gold, now pulsed with an inner luminescence, a brilliant, living glow that outshone even the morning sun. She was a beacon of hope, a tiny star brought down to earth. Her wings, no longer buzzing with frantic energy or the hum of a desperate search, now beat with a steady, serene rhythm. It was a melody of peace, a soft humming lullaby that seemed to whisper through the newly sprouted leaves and across the faces of the now vibrant flowers. This wasn't just the sound of flight. It was a song of farewell, a tender adieu to the world she had fought so hard to restore. She began her final journey across the landscape, a victory lap unlike any other. Below her, the world teemed with a life that had been absent for so long. The rivers, once choked and silent, now flowed with crystal-clear water, their gentle babbling a chorus of thanks. The trees, previously gaunt and skeletal, were now clothed in 1,000 shades of green, their branches reaching towards the sky as if in a joyful salute. She flew over meadows carpeted in wildflowers, a riot of purples, yellows, and reds, their petals opening to greet her as she passed, or the bees, their stripes sharp and their bodies plump with nectar, danced in the air around her, their movements a celebration of her triumph. They recognized her, not just as one of their own, but as the queen of this new dawn, the savior who had brought back the sun. Sunny dipped low, her tiny feet almost skimming the surface of a rejuvenated pond. She saw her reflection. Not the weary traveler she once was, but a radiant being. Her emerald eyes shimmering with an unshakable peace. There was no trace of the fear or the doubt that had once clouded them. Now, they held only the pure, unfiltered joy of a mission completed, of a promise fulfilled. She had faced the darkness, navigated the unknown, and emerged not just victorious, but transformed. The land had been healed, and in healing it, she had found a deeper part of herself, a strength she never knew she possessed. Every rustle of the leaves, every chirp of a newborn bird, every drop of dew sparkling on a spider's webbit was all a testament to her courage. As she soared higher, she took in the entire panorama. The once barren land was now a breathtaking tapestry of life, woven together with threads of light, color, and sound. It was a perfect, harmonious ecosystem, breathing in unison once more. A profound sense of contentment settled within her. This was what she had been fighting for. This was the home she had dreamed of returning to. Her work here was done. With a final, graceful loop over the heart of the revived forest, she turned towards the shimmering gateway that awaited her. The portal pulsed with a gentle, inviting energy, its light mirroring the glow that emanated from her own body. It was time to go home. Shay hovered before the portal, for one last moment, a silent guardian surveying her masterpiece. She gave one last, slow wave of her antennae, a gesture of profound love and goodbye to the world she was leaving behind. It was a promise that the light would remain, that the life she had reignited would continue to flourish. Then, with a spirit full of peace and a heart overflowing with joy, she flew forward. As she entered the shimmering curtain of light, her golden form dissolved into the brilliance, her emerald eyes the last thing to fade. The portal closed behind her, leaving behind a land reborn and the enduring legend of a brave little bee named Sunny, the golden hero who brought back the light. Today, we rejoin our brave little friend, Sunny the bee, as she finally returns home. After a long and wondrous journey, filled with challenges and discoveries, Sunny, the golden bee with wings that shimmer like spun sunlight, eyes as green as the deepest forest emeralds, flies back to the meadow she has always known. But something is different. Something has changed. As Sunny flutters through the familiar air, a gentle magic follows in her wake. Watch closely. Wherever she flies, from the tallest sunflower to the tiniest daisy, the flowers she passes begin to transform. They turn into a soft, gentle gold, glowing with an inner light, as if they've captured a piece of the sunset just for her. It's a breathtaking sight, a golden tapestry woven across the green fields. The entire meadow begins to hum with a new, peaceful energy, a melody of light and life. And the nectar inside these golden flowers, it's not ordinary nectar anymore. It now shimmers with a beautiful emerald hue, just like Sunny's eyes. This special nectar is a gift, a symbol of the kindness and courage she discovered on her adventure. It holds a touch of her magic, promising to make the meadow stronger and more vibrant than ever before. Every drop is a memory of her journey, a taste of the magic she brought back with her. Sunny flies over a quiet pond, its surface as smooth as glass. As she looks down, she sees her reflection. But it's not just in the water. She sees herself shining in every single golden petal of every flower in the meadow, in the curve of a rose, in the heart of a buttercup. Her image gleams the golden bee with shimmering wings and bright emerald eyes, too. It's a beautiful reminder, not just for her, but for everyone in the meadow, of her incredible journey and the powerful magic of a kind and generous heart. Her legacy, the golden legacy, isn't just about the magic she brought back. It's about the love she has for her home and the lesson she learned, that the greatest magic of all is the kindness we share. Sunny's story reminds us that even the smallest creature can make the biggest difference. Painting the world with their own unique colors, the meadow will forever tell the tale of the little golden bee who flew far away, only to return and make her home more beautiful than ever. And so, the golden legacy of Sunny the bee had just begun, a timeless story whispered on the breeze for all to hear. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful adventure. If you loved Sunny's story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more magical tales. We can't wait to see you again for our next story. Until then, keep dreaming and keep shining. Bye for now.